We are going to start in child's pose today. If that doesn't feel good on your knees, you can start on your back and just hold your knees towards your chest. So go ahead. Well, we're a modified child's pose, but you can do regular if you want. We're going to just come all the way down, separating your knees a little bit, but keeping your toes towards each other, and extend your arms out in front of you. If you would prefer to do full on with your arms back and your forehead resting, go for that. Otherwise, go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat and relax your breathing. If you would like a little bit more of a stretch, kind of take your hands and use the floor to pull your arms farther away from you. You can stay here or walk your hands over towards one side, stretching one side. If you're on your back with your knees, you can drop your knees to one side and your arms to the other side. Again, use the floor to pull your arms a little bit farther. Feel a deeper stretch down your lats. Every exhale, try to sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands back to the center. Stay here for a breath or two. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands towards the other side. On your next inhale, walk your hands towards the center and then bring yourself up onto all fours. Spread the fingers nice and wide, going into a cat-cow. So tuck your tailbone under, round your lower back, mid-back, upper back, dropping your neck, and then start with your tailbone and unpeel your spine, either stopping in neutral or just a gentle extension past neutral. Start with your tailbone, tuck your tailbone under. So kind of flow through this, rounding through all the way through to neutral or extension. Keeping the shoulders out of the ears, keeping your shoulders nice and strong, taking some of the weight out of your wrists. Let's do 2 more cycles through. And then once you're through, back to a neutral position, have a seat in whatever position's comfortable for you. Bring your arms up into a big Y. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Don't worry, we're not going to work our core, but I want to keep it engaged so we're protecting our lower back. Then bring our elbows down into a W, slightly behind you. Squeeze your arms down. Inhale, lengthen them back up. Exhale, squeezing them back down. I realize I'm just a shadow again. Inhale, exhale, but I just got back from a bike ride and I was going to stretch and I thought, oh, I'll record day 7. So it's okay that you can't see me very well. It's not that pretty. And squeeze it down. A little bit sweaty. I overdressed as usual. Last time, inhale and exhale. Bringing it down. Good. Come Come back onto all fours and scooch your left knee forward, bringing your foot over to the side and come into a pigeon position. So your back leg, your right leg is going to be straight behind you. Your left leg is going to be bent. Kind of inch your ankle out a little bit, doing what feels good for you. You can stay here, or you can drop your chest down and round your spine back up. Flat chest down, round your spine back up. If this does not work for your knees, keep going. But if this doesn't work, you can bring yourself down and do a pigeon on your back, pulling your knee over across your body, or your ankle. Knee towards your body calf. Good. If you're in traditional pigeon, then just come down and hold instead of adding the rotation now. So choose what feels good for you. You might be up here. You might be holding onto a table. You might be able to come down to your elbows. You might be able to rest your forehead. Do what feels good for you. See if you can straighten out your hips a little bit. So if you started leaning into the leg that is bent, rotate your right hip down towards the floor. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring yourself back up, staying on the same leg. And as you exhale, lower it back down. On your next inhale, bringing yourself all the way up onto all fours. Slide the opposite knee forward. Lengthen down. Scooching your foot forward a little bit more, or switch legs if you're lying on your back, and start with the flat back down, leading with your chest. Pull your belly button in and round your spine back up. Flat back down, and round your spine back up. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. On your next one, lengthen yourself all the way down to a position that you feel like you're getting a good stretch, but it's not hard. You're not having to breathe heavily through it. Take a moment and balance out your hips, trying to lean your hips so they're both hip bones are facing the floor better. On your next inhale, lengthen yourself back up, and on an exhale, coming back down into your stretch. Then when you're ready, coming up onto your hands and unwind yourself, lying all the way down on one side of your body, keeping your hips stacked on top of each other. Bring your top leg holding onto your ankle, bringing it back. Gently squeeze your glutes and push your hips forward so you're feeling a stretch, but on the front of your quad, the front of your thigh. Inhale. As you exhale, take it just a little bit deeper if you can. Trying to keep your knees lined up with each other so that that top leg isn't way back. It's just a straight line with the other one. Use your glutes and your hips to push your hips forward. Releasing that stretch, rolling over onto your other side. Holding onto that ankle and gently push your hip forward. Inhale. As you exhale, go a little deeper into your stretch. Releasing that stretch and gently roll yourself up. Sitting comfortable, think about your perfect posture and just roll the shoulders back for a second. Nice work today. Way to finish your first week of your 30-day challenge. Hope you're feeling good and lengthened. We'll see you tomorrow.